Monday, November 16, 2020. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new edition of the Press Review on G-Day Say Plus TV. The Chronicle Times, with which we open this edition, tells us that in the quest for peace in the northwest and southwest regions, Cameroonian musicians are missing in action. It writes that, but for shameless calls from some weeks back for an end to the crisis, apparently borrowing from their Nigerian peers who joined the population in the End SARS movement, Cameroonian musicians have been criticized for failing to use the power of music to join increasing actions for peace to return to the two English-speaking regions. It adds that, according to analysts, musicians need to rise to the billing, use their voices to get the parties in the conflict achieve sustainable peace in the crisis-hit northwest and southwest regions of the country. The story continues in the columns of the Chronicle Times, published this Monday, November 16, 2020. We continue talking crisis in the northwest and southwest regions with the Guardian Post newspaper, which granted an interview to the Canadian High Commissioner to Cameroon, Richard Bale. During the interview, the statesman highlighted that Anglophones have lost trust in the Biya regime and would be happier if given the autonomy to manage their own resources. Read the full interview on pages 2 to 3 of the Guardian Post, published this Monday. From the Guardian Post, we move into the Star newspaper, which tells us that Parliament exhumes 7 challenges for the government in 2021. It writes that House Speaker Right Honorable Kavayege Jibril has urged his peers to assist the government set the pathway for Cameroon to become an emergent economy by 2035 through the monitoring of key actions of the executive, which must be attained as from next year. The assistance, he said, will be needed in the completion of the decentralization process, ensure effective measures to facilitate the organization of regional elections in Cameroon for the first time, the implementation of resolutions adopted during the major national dialogue, among other state challenges. We still talk Parliament in Cameroon with the media newspaper, which indicates that SDF MP laments on the preponderance and condescendence of the executive. Honorable Joshua Osi last Thursday lambasted the Speaker of the National Assembly, Kavayege Jibril, for refusing to call the government to order after the latter failed for the mth time to respect the deadline for submission of the finance bill in Parliament. Read more on this reaction on page 3 of the media newspaper, published this Monday, November 16, 2020. Let's end this press review with Newswatch. It has a slow headline, Exclusive Interview. Former Northwest Governor Abaka Ahmad makes startling revelations on his transition from administrator to author, untold truth behind the successful organization of Biya's visit to the Northwest in 2010, need for government to demonstrate courage in resolving Anglophone crisis, why he opposed declaration of state of emergency in 2008 in the Northwest, among other interesting issues to read more on pages 5 to 8. And that does it for what the papers had to say today. A big thank you for watching. On to our next edition.